What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be going over how I quickly and efficiently pass my funded evals. I did kind of already make a video about funded evals talking more about the why, like why it's important to get through them quickly and why you should not be sitting on them, but this video is going to be more like the how, so I'll show you the trades that I'm taking to actually get through them because people always talk about, it's important to not be on a funded eval, right? When you're on the eval stage, you're not making any real money. When you get to that funded stage, that's when you can actually like get money that can hit your bank account, right? You want to be on the funded stage as much as possible because when you're on an eval, you're really just making nothing. You're really just like paper trading. So you want to be off of that as soon as possible. And like I said, I've already talked about that. So if you want to see more of the why, that's in a previous video, but this one's going to be showing you guys how. So I want to make it concise so we won't get into that too much. We'll just go through the trades that I'm actually taking. So we're going to pick a random month. We got September here. So I'm going to go on to FX Replay. If you haven't seen, there's like this prop firm session tab now. Basically, it allows you to simulate a prop firm session and show like if you're actually able to pass a prop firm or not. So we're going to do a 50K account. We're going to be simulating like a Top Step 50K or, most prop firms with a 50K account. Basically how it works is you've got like the profit target is about 6% and then you're going to have about a 4% loss. And on Top Step, there's no like daily loss. So we have a $2,000 loss with a 6% profit target, which is going to be 3K. So like I said, we'll do September. I guess we'll just do September of this year. And let's get to it. So, I'm going to try and get through it in like about a week of trading. You really don't want to spend way too much time on these evals. All right. So overall, right, I think that this is going to be applicable to any kind of strategy. If you trade continuation, I'll be honest, this will probably make way more sense to you because you're already used to targeting liquidity. But basically, if you trade like ICT reversal based, stuff, if you're trading like supply and demand, if you're trading support and resistance, if you're trading trend lines, whatever it may be, this can still like be pretty simple to you. So basically all we're doing is looking for strong draws for price or liquidity basically. So in this case, right, super bearish overall, I'm seeing that we have this draw below, right? And all I want to see is like some sort of entry confirmation, but you don't need to really like have the typical like continuation model where you're like looking for some sort of retrace and good confirmation. Like we just need to see a little bit of a confirmation, and we're putting fat stop losses on these trades for an eval. I think that like you'll see, it's kind of funny, like you'll see people joke and they'll say like, oh, if you have no stop loss, you can't lose, right? But in this case, like that's kind of what we're doing. We will not lose if we have no stop loss. So you honestly just want to like use a fat stop loss and risk like half of your account per trade and try and get this done as quickly as possible. So I would say overall we're more bearish, right, on this trend. Obviously we are sweeping this out as well, and I can't see the S&P at the moment, so I'm not sure if we'll reject, but if we do continue lower, this is going to be the draw. Let's just see if we get some sort of movement toward that. So a down candle, dang, automatically took the low. We'll see if there's anything above, but if not, we'll just move on to the next day here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to say that this is enough confirmation. If you were trading like regular continuation, I'd be a little more picky about this. This isn't even a terrible trade overall, but as you'll see, right, targeting 42 points, I will be having like a 1-to-1 stop loss. If I was trading this regular, I might have a similar stop, maybe would condense it down to like these lows, but either way, it would be something like this, and we want a fast stop because we really want to give this some room to run, right? It's not even like real money. We're just trading the eval, trying to get it done as quickly as possible, and we're risking half the account size, which is about $1,000. So let's see if this plays here. Oh, damn. It would have been embarrassing if we started off like that. But yeah, clutch. Let's see. Okay, nice. So first trade there basically made about $1,000. We need 53K to pass, so just two more of these trades. As you'll see with this fat stop loss, it's just hard to get stopped out when you have that big of a stop loss. And we had a good enough draw for liquidity, draw for price. So let's see here. I'm not really liking this range. I would say we're overall more bullish, but we have this untapped gap below, and then we have like some highs up here that we could target. We're also inside this 4 hour, so I'm not really loving this, but let's just see if we get any movement. Okay, tap that hourly gap, see if we can get a movement out of there. Okay, yeah, we're starting to kind of move. I'm gonna just enter this here and show you guys like the trades we're looking for. We're going to set TP all the way up here. And again, if we have like a stop loss at a 1-to-1, like just look at this stop loss. If I'm even relatively correct about the draw for liquidity, then like this will hit, right? We're tapping in this hourly gap, and then I think we're going to come higher now out of here. So with this type of stop loss, it's just hard to be wrong, right? again, bro, we kind of got lucky here. Look, almost tapped out, but because we have such a fat stop loss, this literally just makes it almost like impossible to lose. Again, I don't really recommend you trade like this once you're funded, because if you do get stopped out on a trade like this, it's kind of silly to lose all your money. Like, you'd rather look for a better setup, and I got a little bit lucky here. But yeah, now we just need one more trade and we will be done with this eval. And like, what are we on? This is only the third day, so just showing you guys how simple it can be. Okay, this is pretty choppy in here, so let me just see if we get any movement off open before I even look for something. Okay, moving up initially. We did take out a lot of these draws. Let's see if we come toward this, though. Hold on. We did take out this. We edged this. Are we inside this gap? No, not yet, but I'm going to mark this out as well. This is kind of like a bad range here. Maybe you'd want to see something slightly better, but because we're getting an aggressive move down, I don't know. I wouldn't want to force something like this, but with this one-to-one strategy, like something like this could play out. Let's see. Okay, it does play out, but through the news, yeah, I probably wouldn't get this. This is like a decent example. Even though that played out, you definitely want to wait. Even though we're being like really aggressive, you want to wait for at least a decent draw for liquidity. Like, you don't want to do anything crazy aggressive. Like, you want something that's a little bit at least clear, so you're not just like wasting your time, right? Let's see. Now that we edged this high, as well as like this 4-hour gap, let's see if we get a movement back to the upside, maybe though, for a trade. I'm gonna go to the 5-minute because we're not really moving. All right, now we're getting that movement. Let's see here. Okay, I like this retrace up. Again, for like my regular model, this is already a decent trade, but we're just going to be putting a fat stop loss here, and with a one-to-one, hopefully this just hits and we can call it here. We're going to make sure we risk enough. I think we need like $1,010 or something. So hold on. I don't know why it's... There we go. It's being weird, but yeah. Okay. Hopefully this is enough and this hits the high and we're done. All right, nice. So as you'll see, challenge passed here. Very simple, right? We almost got stopped out like on the first 2 trades, but most important thing is just if you're putting those fat stop losses on an eval, remember, it's not even your money. You just want to get it done as quick as possible. It really shows how simple it can be if you're just semi-right about the draw and liquidity. I was not doing anything special on these trades. I was literally just looking at the higher time frame. What does it look like we're kind of moving toward? Putting a fat stop loss, so I basically have like very low chance to fail, and all the trades were hitting. So this was a cool little video, I hope, for you guys. I just wanted to show you how you want to be approaching these. Hopefully you guys did learn something from this video. Like I said before, I've already kind of talked about the why it's important to not be on these funded evals, so I thought it'd be cool to show you guys the how of, you know, how I'm actually passing these so aggressively and quickly. So we'll look at this real quick, but basically, as you'll see, took 3 days, 100% win rate because of those fat stop losses, and yeah, passes pretty quickly, pretty easily. If you did learn anything from this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.